Welcome back everybody to Hayes Tech and Rum Reviews. I'm Dave Hayes and we're going to go over digital cameras today. I don't know much about them, but I'm going to try to go over what I found out the last couple days. The camera that we're going to talk about today is the one that we're filming with right now, and that is the Panasonic Lumix GH7. And throughout the rest of the video, I'm probably just going to refer to it as the G7. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, first I want to get out there that I am not a professional photographer or a videographer. I am a novice. I'm somebody brand new to this, and man, when I first got this camera, I was completely blown away with all the knobs, the bells, the whistles, the buttons. It's got buttons all over this thing. It's got like 4 knobs, spinny knobs. A lot of people actually refer to this camera, the G7, as a professional camera because of all the adjustments that it does have on the camera. You can change the ISO, the frame, your frame rate, your aperture, all of that. As a matter of fact, I'll just tell you right now, I'm shooting, my aperture is 5.3. I'm shooting 1080p at 60 frames per second. Let's see what else information showing. I love the app that comes with this, guys. The Panasonic View app. It works on everything. I'm actually using my tablet right now. This is my Samsung Tablet A. What's nice about using your phone or your tablet is you can see what's going on the monitor, which it has a flip out monitor on it, but if you're shooting from this far away, you can't see the monitor really well and you can't quite tell if you're in focus. Well, I can tell that I'm in focus, and I can actually see the face tracking. It doesn't have face tracking. It does, but it's nowhere near the Canons. Canons have dual pixel, continuous. I mean, it's just, Canons are sweet. I have an EOS, but it's not a digital camera. It's an old 35mm film, shoot, and oh man. But anyways, I love this thing. If I want, I can change the focus points by just touching on a different part of the screen. Now, it should be focusing on the backdrop, and I will go back onto my face just by touching it, and now it's focusing on my face. This camera has an audio jack in it where I can hook I don't know if you can see it, but I can hook my microphone up into it. The microphone I'm using is a 3-ring. I think some people call them a 3-pin. There's a 2-pin like this that comes on my Zax Studio. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Anyways, that's a 2-pin. There's 2 rings around that. It does not work with my Zax microphone right here. So I'm using my lapel, which works better anyways. I just wish it had a longer cord. Alright, right now we're going to go ahead and get into some of the specs. I actually have a website brought up because I can't go over the specs. This camera I bought used. It did not come with a manual. I did have to download the PDF for it so I could at least work my way around the camera. It does have a 16 megapixel sensor in it. It is a 4/3, meaning it doesn't have a full frame sensor. It's got a smaller sensor in it, which is 4/3 of a full sensor. So it is a little bit smaller. The sensor is an MOS, I think. Let me look here real quick. I don't want to lie to you. Yeah, it's a live MOS sensor. 1,684,000 total pixels. Effective sensor resolution is going to be 1,600,000 pixels. For those of you that want to know that, this stuff is all mumbo jumbo to me. I'm hoping to learn more as I go, so bear with me, guys. But I wanted you guys to see what it looked like and what it sounded like. It's probably the most popular camera on YouTube. People are just raving about this camera. I know a lot of people has actually started out with this. They're big YouTube channels. Guys, I have a small YouTube channel, so and I'm hoping to keep it small so I can still answer all you guys. I would like to see it grow, but anyways, I digress. It's got the Venus engine for the image processor. Let me see. TTL contrast detection, meaning the autofocus works on contrast. That's one of the downfalls to this. From everything that I'm hearing on YouTube and all the other videos, that is one of the downfalls. It can't focus quickly. Face detection, it's got AF/AE face recognition, which is what I'm using right now. And I can see the square on here again, like I said earlier. It is following me around. And it looks to me, at least on this screen, like it's keeping pretty good. I've got a lot of the settings. I cheated. I watched a video on YouTube and I went by this guy's settings. His videos look good. I'm hoping mine do. I don't have the lighting he does. I'm not done with my studio yet. I'm kind of working on one of my spare bedrooms, turning that into a studio. So right now I'm using my dining room / studio right now, so bear with that too, guys. Let me see. Your image recording, it's JPEG, MPO, RAW plus JPEG format. Your max video resolution is going to be 3840 by 2160. It says it shoots to 4K at 30 frames per second. I don't think it's actually 4K. I think it's more like 2.7K, but still, it's an outstanding camera for the money. All right, all of the interfaces on the outside. It has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the left side of the camera if you're looking at it in the back, which I'm going to show you guys all. I'm going to show you guys the camera here and show you all the features. But on the other side, it's got a port for interface, your interfaces like HDMI out, USB 2.0 compatible for video and audio out. All right, guys, the rest of this, we're just going to go over using my Pixel 2 XL to film the camera, and I'm just going to try to point all this stuff out to you. So we're going to go ahead and go to the Pixel 2 XL. Now, I don't know if I should do that and cut the scene like you see all these guys on YouTube or do or not. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and cut to the Pixel 2 XL, all right? All right, guys, this is the Panasonic GH7. This is the one that we're referring to in this video. There are better cameras, like I mentioned, and of course, when I say better, that's according to some people. Yes, a full sensor, I think, is the better route to go. But the Micro Four Thirds have just made leaps and bounds in technology and have just moved right up the scale. Right now it is powered up. I'm going to take it off of the tripod here so we can get a better look at it. All right, so I have it off of its tripod. Now here it is. It comes with the lens cap. So you want to squeeze that, take it out. There's the lens. This is a 14 by 42. I'm going to take the glare shield off of it quickly. Basically you just rotate it, take it off. Now you can see the lens. It is a Lumix lens. Again, it is a Lumix lens. It does have a built-in flash. There's a button right here. You push it, flash pops up. Very nice flash. It does have a hot shoe mount. I did purchase it used. It did not come with the cover. I really wish it would have. But when I say buttons, I mean buttons out the butt. All of these buttons are programmable, which most cameras like Canon and all that, you can't program these buttons, especially the function buttons and stuff like that, to do what you want to do. And you can fully program this camera and all its buttons to do whatever you want. Comes with the 1/4 inch, you know, most all cameras come with a 1/4 inch adapter plate. One thing that really sucks about the camera is its battery and SD card placement. It's right here in the bottom. You basically slide it over, let that pop up. There's a little lever right here that you push this way and the battery will pop out just like that. And to put it back in, all you do is slide the battery in, push it till it clicks, and it's in. Same way if the SD card, push down, let go, it'll pop up. You can pull the SD card out. I have a Class 3 or a U3 Class 10 64 gigabyte SanDisk Pro in here. So if you're shooting 4K, you want that. If you're shooting 1080p, yeah, you probably don't need it, but I still recommend those. This would be much better on the side. The newer cameras, or the more high-end cameras, do have it on the side of the Panasonic sell. The side panel has an opening in it for all the out HDMI ports. Here you go. Let me see. That's the USB HDMI, or the USB port out. This is the HDMI out, and this is the remote out. They do sell a remote control for this. It plugs in, and then you can remote control it. The nice thing about this is it has a sensor right underneath the viewfinder, and what it does is when you go to put your eye up here and block that sensor, it shuts the monitor off and puts everything inside the sensor, and I'm going to show you that hopefully. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. On this side of the camera, you have your microphone, 3.5 millimeter adapter, and of course all your settings. I do want to flip it up and let you guys see the settings on the top. You do have your shooting modes. That's burst, 4K, burst, or guys, you've got to watch some of the other videos, and I'll try to link some really good ones in the description that really explain a lot of this and the shooting. I just wanted to show you the camera. This is the record button, so when I go to record, this is the one I really want to know. When I go to record a video, all I do is push that button. Now if I'm using my app, I don't even have to use that. I just hit the record button on the app. Here's some more buttons here, and depending on what setting you're in, these will change. But there's a dial. This is how you take your picture. You push it down, push it down until it stops. It auto focuses, and once you get the green light, go ahead and push it again. It'll take the picture. It does come with little strap holders on each side. I took them off so you didn't get any camera shake whenever I move it around. The monitor flips out. It will rotate 180, or actually 270. Nope, that's it, 180 degrees. I think it rotates 270 because it will rotate this way. Yeah, right there, and then it stops. So don't rotate it any more than that, or you will break it. See? It stops there. It will not rotate any further than that. And that's where it stops that way. But it's nice. I mean, if you're sweeping down, you could actually just kind of tilt it up so you could see it. So if you're doing like low shots, and of course if you're using it as a vlogging camera, just flip it around, and then of course now you have the monitor facing you. And I will go ahead and turn it on, which the power button is right here. Turn it on. Oops, there it is. And as you guys can see, front facing, there I am. And let me see if I can get a picture of the camera. I'm using my Pixel. There it is. Here, focus. Focus. Yeah, it's having a hard time. There it is. Anyways, guys, I don't know any more that I can tell you about this. I'm not going to go through the settings on it. The settings are really crazy. I recommend that if you buy one of these cameras, yeah, you definitely want to read the book. The book is going to explain everything. If you go and if you push this button right here, it's going to bring up the menu. You can go through all the settings if you want. I mean, and it's just got like page 1 of 5. This is 6 of 9 pages of settings. It's just loaded with settings, guys. I mean, just loaded. So that is it for me covering and letting you guys see what the camera looks like. I love this thing. It's awesome. As I said earlier, this camera did come used. The camera also came with 2 spare batteries. There's one in the camera right now. It came with 2 spare batteries. If you guys want any information on what batteries they use, those cameras here, they are. You can pause, and if I can quit shaking, you guys can actually see what they are. They're 1600 milliamp lithium-ion batteries, proprietary to that, along with the charger. It did come with the sunshade on it, and it came with an awesome carrying case. It did not come with the box with the instructions, but it did come with this. So I think that all of this combined was outstanding. So guys, look on eBay. Look for those deals. Make sure you read the descriptions. If you have any questions, you need to contact the seller. before you put your money down, make a bid, or make an offer. All right. Well, guys, that was my little tour of the Lumix G7 by Panasonic. I hope you liked it. I hope it wasn't too long. I just kind of wanted to give you a quick look at it. For those of you that are thinking on purchasing it, this camera sells for around $600 to $800 brand new, depending on what lens type you have. I have the 14 to 42 millimeter kit lens on it, and from what I've been reading and the videos that I've watched, this is actually a very, very nice lens. A lot of people think kit lenses are crap, and this one's actually worth getting. So if you bought the one with the 100 millimeter lens on it, you may want to get this one just so you have it. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I want to thank all of my subscribers. You guys are awesome. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell icon next to that subscribe pin, so you guys can get all my videos whenever I release them, as soon as I release them. And that's all I have for today, and I will see you guys on the next one. Oh, we're recording. Oh, shit. Alright, make sure I'm in the shot right. Don't want my crooked nose. Lord knows I don't want to get into how I got bad. Welcome back to Hayes Tech. Blah, blah, blah. What the hell was I thinking?